Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Black Eel Podcasts, where I have a better mic.
That's
And
that.
I
Okay,
also have,
that explains the creepy, soothing voice right there. That okay, now I understand.
yeah, pretty much. Plus, it's a play on words too, because this is a better mic than the one I deal with normally. So, that being said, we have a lot to discuss. We have to talk about 3 trailers that have come out, and then move on to talking about our rewatch. Well, you've never watched it, but the Teen Titans movie.
So I'll say it now. There's a possibility I did see it because I recognized a lot of it. I just don't ever. It might have been like I've seen clips on YouTube kind of thing, but I don't ever remember watching it. But
I think for me, I don't think I registered it was a movie.
that might
Obviously,
have been it
until
too.
to be fair, obviously after this rewatching it, I realized it was a movie. Meaning like, but I meant like at the time, I was like, I thought this was like a couple episodes. But anyway, let us get right into. You want to start off with talking about Supergirl, or no? Actually, you know
Sure.
what? Let's do Lanterns. Lanterns will be quicker.
Yeah, that was 20 seconds, if that.
Yeah. So we don't. Do we actually see Hal Jordan? I forget now.
That was the
That was the
Hal
guy.
Jordan. Yeah, Hal Jordan was the
Yeah.
white guy. I forget his name.
Well, no, because it's very brief. Because what we really see is him
They're driving
fall,
in a car,
and then he
gets
jumps
out of the
out,
car. Yep.
and then John Stewart's left in the car off the cliff.
Because he's supposed to, I guess it's a test to be like, the ring will choose you, and like if you can if you truly are the one, you can figure out how to get out of this kind of thing. I'm obviously that's how I'm taking it, but
Oh, I'm kind of, or maybe it's one of those things where he's already been chosen and he can't figure out how the ring works. I saw that too. You're gonna have to rejoin. So anyway, it was a nice, quick little trailer. I thought it was nice. Kind of gives us just a very brief, like a brief look at the world a little bit. Nothing too crazy. It's looking fine for right now, but I'll tell you in a minute.
yeah, I see the upload going up now. So okay,
All right, so perfect. So my whole thing is just what I basically said was it really didn't give us much, but at the same time it gave us
no, but
um
before I got cut out, I agree with you that I think it's uh the ring already chose him and he can't figure out how to use it. That's kind of I'm on the same boat as you in that sense.
perfect. Um but yeah, I mean I'm looking forward to it. I mean, to be fair, I was looking forward to it before this teaser trailer, so doesn't really change much of anything. However, I am excited. When does it actually come out?
Late summer 26.
Okay.
It got
Um
postponed. So I think it was supposed to be late spring, early summer, and now it's been pushed back to late summer.
was it supposed to be before Supergirl or after originally?
I don't think they ever really specified.
Okay, you know what? Fair enough. So, good segue.
I
Supergirl.
mean, before you segue,
Oh yeah,
because if it was late spring, then it would have been before Supergirl. But if it was early summer,
correct.
then it could have been around the same time or late.
Correct. No, that's right.
They
That's
might
what I was
not have
kind of
wanted the
thinking
competition kind of thing, like how you
for
so
itself, yeah,
yeah. So that might be why they pushed it back. But
which is fine. And probably because it was probably getting closer and closer to hers, meaning like her like release date. So they were like, let's just do it after,
yeah,
just to be safe. That way they don't feel like they're rushing, which is probably a good thing.
yep.
But Supergirl, that so
That was a
the
good
old,
trailer.
no, it was an excellent trailer. I only have one complaint, and it's the dumbest complaint ever. It's that I wish we got to see more of Lobo. That's it.
I agree. It was a good tease.
No. Here's the thing: 100% tease. You know what I like too? I don't know if you remember it, but we see his red eyes, and then we see like the little red from his cigar,
It's been a little while, so I don't
and I'm like,
remember it
oh,
perfectly.
it's so perfect.
I did see they like posting pictures of him online about the like this still shot of him, and obviously we knew this. Jason Momoa just embodies Lobo, so like it perfect, like
So I've
absolutely
seen
perfect.
like when they were filming, and I've seen him on set,
Oh,
and he
okay,
looked awesome.
yeah,
Granted, obviously the angles that we got were not like film; they were just trying to take photos of him.
yeah,
But even still, they were incredible. I also like too that I mean, we kind of figured all of this out already, but she's basically just trying to drink her problems away
hmm
and party to forget that her planet got destroyed. But what we are getting, it looks like in this movie, is the origin of how Superman and Supergirl left Krypton.
It looks like we will be seeing Krypton's dying days.
Yes,
And it's obviously showing that it's seen, obviously based off the trailer, that this is going to be a time lapse kind of thing, not just like, as she says, Krypton wasn't destroyed in a day. The gods aren't that kind. So clearly, in this universe, it was dragged out. Not like in the original movies where it was just instantly destroyed by the sun. Um,
correct.
so that'll be interesting. I'm very curious about that. Um, Obviously, just like you said, she's partying her problems away. She gets into fights, she looks for trouble. Um,
And then my favorite quote for the trailer is just like Superman sees the good in people, and I see the reality.
See the truth.
Oh, I see
Yep,
the truth. Sorry.
yep. Which, I mean, as that's the thing, is how they were differently raised, and not
Well,
necessarily raised, but like the experiences,
well, I hate
completely different experience.
it's how they grew up because obviously she grew up on Krypton,
Well, no, not
but
even that. I'm getting, yes, how they grew up, but Supergirl has had a life traumatic experience. So now she's very pessimistic. She's very down on the world.
yeah,
So,
and I think we're saying the same thing because in my mind that includes with the fact because she grew up on Krypton, so she knew about it. He didn't like he has knowledge of it, but he never like lived it. And
I
so like he didn't get to see his planet get destroyed slowly. He didn't get to see like the politics that we might be seeing of the destruction of the planet where she's like people just suck. You know what I'm
well, so
saying?
I guess my difference in thought process for this is that, yes, for the most part, I agree with you. Where like her
Mhm.
experiences are different than his, but my main focus is that she could have been a happy person. She could have had everything that she ever wanted and had a positive view, just like Superman did. But then seeing her planet get destroyed changed her personality, changed her outlook
Yeah,
on everything. So like that's kind of where I'm getting at. Like Superman didn't have that life altering experience, and obviously growing up in Kansas with his family, you know, clearly they are very supportive, and as throughout all of Superman comics and most lore, they are very positive people and want Superman to see the good in the world. Um,
correct.
so obviously we'll see what happens with Supergirl, and how if we're going to see more of her backstory with how she herself was raised, or if we could just see a quick glimpse and be like, oh, like she's happy with her family or friends or whatever, and then all of a sudden they're sending her off into space. Um,
Yeah,
so
I'm curious. I feel like it's going to be very. It's gonna be a lot of flashbacks where I feel like it's gonna be disjointed. Weirdly enough, I think it's gonna be when she's having her hangovers where she flashes back to it.
I agree.
Weirdly enough, I don't know why I ought but
Well,
that's where
it's
I went.
it's going to be when she's shit faced drunk, when she's in
Or
bar
like or
fights.
yeah, but I'm also thinking too like it's gonna be like the moments of where she's like the most depressed and where she's wanting to either drink more or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
But either way,
Um,
I mean, I was looking forward to this movie to begin with. I don't know. I think this hyped me up definitely more than I
oh
was expecting. And again, I'm not saying I wasn't hyped before, but I was just trying to think like what would need to happen for me to get really excited. And I think this is the most excited I could get without actually seeing Lobo in action.
yeah, absolutely.
Because that's the only thing I'm looking for. Like it's not the only thing I'm looking forward to. That's a lie. But it's the thing I am most looking forward to right now because that's all we know for right this second.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the big thing. There's a second thing that we also know, which actually is a good lead off to this, I guess. We know that um, Brainiac is going to be the villain of Man of Tomorrow. Um,
Oh,
and
it's
so,
official?
yes, well, maybe not the villain, but he's in it. Um,
Oh, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yes.
so they have officially cast Brainiac, and I don't know the actor. You might. His name
I'm
is
gonna look it up.
Lars Eidinger.
Hold on.
I've
I
looked
gotta.
at yeah, I've looked at the movies, and I don't recognize any of his movies. So, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
How the heck do you spell Brainiac?
Brain Eac.
Oh, I forgot the I. Not weirdly enough, I forgot the second
You
I.
put, yeah, I was gonna say you put Brainac.
Brainiac.
um, yeah, no, I mean, Supergirl trailer was great. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very happy with how people are even just reacting to it. Like, I'm seeing people online posting and giving like good input. It's not just all hate. That was my big worry about Supergirl, because with the current culture of the world, where everything, unless everything is the big three, people just don't care. So um, I am quite happy with the positive reviews of it so far.
Mm. What's his actor's name again?
Lars, Lars Eidinger, Eidinger.
I found the guy.
Um,
Oh, okay. Okay,
you
that
found
makes a
it?
lot more sense why I don't know him.
Yeah.
He's a German actor.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I have seen a couple of things he's been in, though. Okay.
Oh,
But no,
that's
he's more of a German actor, so he does do a lot of German movies. There's been a couple that he's been in that it's obviously American, but I think he was probably very young or looked obviously very different than what he does now when I saw it. So anyway, I mean, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not against it whatsoever. I feel like it's just like everything else. I kind of have to see what the guy can do because if he does a good job, he does a good job. But I will say so far the casting they've done is perfect. Um, but
it's
yeah,
been pretty on
so
point.
you ready to talk about Doomsday? So what
Yeah,
do you
give me
know?
give me what you got on Doomsday.
Okay, so the scene opens with them being on a farm. Okay, so it's a little bit a different setting than when we end game. So you know how it felt like it was like a house in like a little town, and you could see the cars going and everything else. This is giving farm. Okay, very much farm. He rides his motorcycle. Um, and so he it's a red motorcycle. He drives to his home. He gets off of it and he goes inside to hold his baby. Oh no, sorry. Before that, we see him hold his suit and like look at it, and then he puts it away, and it looks like he puts it away for good. We don't know that for a fact, but that's the assumption. And then he goes to hold his baby,
Hmm.
and he rocks the baby, and then it ends with a doomsday counter. So actually, what it says is um, Steve Rogers will return for Doomsday,
Hmm.
and then it shows a countdown because when the movie got released, it's supposed to be a year completely to when Doomsday comes out. So the timer starts there, countdown to Doomsday.
Oh, okay. All right.
So a couple of things that I want to make very clear here is the scene is slightly different than from where we left off, right? Of Endgame. However, we also know time has passed since he went to the past
Hmm.
because he has a baby now. And the baby doesn't look like he's a newborn. So that's always tough because movies don't always do babies right, but you get my point.
There's only so
Visually
much they can
doesn't.
do.
No, I agree, but you get my point where it's like
Yeah.
visually not a newborn, so it's been over a year is the
At the
thought.
very least, it's been
A
minimum
year,
1 year. Yeah.
correct. So they could have moved everything else. So the thought process of this is one of two things. Doom is looking to go after the kids of everyone's happily ever after
Hmm.
and take them.
Okay. All
So
right.
Franklin, which is why he was talking to Franklin,
Yep.
and then the thought process is this is supposed to be the opening scene of Doomsday.
Okay. I
But
know. Oh, yeah. Continue.
no, I was just
Continue
going
your
to
thought.
say, and the only other thing I wanted to make clear too is they never call him Captain America. Obviously, they call him Steve Rogers,
Steve Rogers. Yep.
which gives the illusion that he might become um, Captain Hydra. Is that his name?
I
I don't
believe
know.
that's what you were saying.
But anyway. It's a variant of Captain America, obviously.
Yep. I know that one of the rumors going into the movie that's been very big is that um, when Steve Rogers went back in time, it created a branch, which ended up
Causing an
ruining
incursion.
incursion. Thank you. Caused an incursion that ruined Doom's life. So one of the big things is that he's going after, at the very least, Steve Rogers, because he blames him for messing things up. That was one of the
That,
big ones that I had heard.
that's
Um,
another rumor too. That's one of the big ones. Um, the other one too was, so the new one was stealing babies.
mhm.
So the idea is he would also steal Hulk's son.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Um, I mean, that and Thor's daughter.
Mhm.
Well, you know what I mean, fake
Those are the
daughter.
four. Those are the four. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the new rumor because of this trailer.
Yep. The other thing too, which obviously now with this trailer kind of little bit confirms it, is that this is supposed to be technically a direct sequel to Endgame.
Yeah, so
Um,
for whatever, yeah, because you're absolutely right. For whatever the reason, because obviously we don't know for sure, but the events of Endgame caused Doom to get involved.
Correct. I
Now,
know
it
I've
could
been
be an
seeing
incursion, it
things.
could be a variety of things. It
Yeah.
also could be something as stupid as, because remember, Loki happens all around the same time as Endgame, that also causes it as well.
Yeah. I know that I know that though Marvel has been a little bit tough with connecting the time frames with jumping from here to there to here. So this also this the rumor being this is a direct sequel is also causing people in the community to be a little bit confused. So hopefully
Oh,
it
they're
gets very
also,
well explained.
well, here's my thought process, right? Is that regardless of it being a direct sequel, I think we're going to have the events of directly after,
Hmm.
and then we're going to have, like, I don't want to say the jump up, but like, oh, now we see what Doom has done in the past, and now he's wherever he is, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
Because I mean, you know this. I'm like super excited about this movie. What
yep,
also is good too that they've done excuse me, started the Doomsday Clock. They are setting themselves up for 100% that that's the date
yep.
that
There's
Doomsday's
no
coming.
going back now.
No, so I am under the impression that weird. This is going to sound very weird, but it is actually done, meaning like
Mm.
they've completed it, and they are confident that even if it's not like completely done, meaning like the editing and everything else, they are going to be spending all that year just building it up as much as possible.
Editing, yeah, the filming process is complete. The script is done. Everyone is all set. The only thing they're doing is minor changes at this point.
And I think they wanted to wait to make sure that all the filming was done, which is why there was probably a lot of push, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And now this time they have all, I don't want to say they have all the time in the world because that's not true. However, but they have like almost like a
they have
full
a
year of
full
action,
year. Yeah,
which I think will honestly be for the benefit, I'm hoping, because I can't imagine it be a bad thing. However, super excited, very excited for it. And the
yeah.
fact that we got comfort. So the other thing that people are saying too is this also confirms that there's going to be a lot of people who have not even been mentioned yet who are going to be in Doomsday.
Which we had thought. We had thought
No,
about
we
that.
did, yes, but I think this kind of confirms it. Whether it's like, because the other thing too is I'm hearing is there's going to be another trailer with Thor in it coming out as well. Because there was another rumor
Excuse me.
about that as well.
So I know before you were saying that this is going to lead in. They're probably going to release the trailer like a month from now. So they are releasing 4 trailers for Doomsday,
Correct.
tying in with the Avatar movie. So every week they are releasing a new trailer. So
That's what it
probably,
was. That's what it
yeah,
was.
yeah. So this week was Captain America. Next week will be something else. Probably major characters that, like you said, he's
Yeah. So
targeting,
one of the
or
rumors
at
is
least has
it's.
high interest in.
No, I agree. I think also too, like one of the rumors is one of them is going to be a Thor trailer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But which would if that be the case, then I might be correct on the theory of baby snatching, which is terrifying even more. Because I
Yeah.
don't know why.
I mean, if he's going after the original Avengers and they're considered one of the like the team, he's creating his own own
Like his
Dark
Dark
Avengers.
Avengers.
Yeah. So instead of going after the main characters, he's going after their kids, trying to create his own team. Um so that kind of gives Marvel a way to bring these characters back while also getting rid of them as well. So that could be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. There's also a lot of talk still about Victor Von Doom and how he might still be a variant of Tony Stark.
Yep. There's a lot of back and forth where
Even though
it's
he is
Victor
100%
Von Doom.
Victor, he's 100% Victor Von Doom. The
Yeah.
whole point is he still could be a Tony Stark variant.
Yeah, like he could be
Um,
Tony Stark and just took the name Victor Von Doom. He could be Victor Von Doom and just acquired the face of Tony Stark. Like there's so many
Well, that's the
things
other
that
thing too. That is the absolute same thing there too. So I'm very curious on that. I also wanted to bring up too while we were here was the guy who was writing for Kang Dynasty came
Mhm.
out and was talking about some of the rumors that they were going to have because they had to change because he's writing for Secret Wars and that was coming out after Kang Dynasty anyway. So he had stated that one of the big things that we were going to do was we were going to have the Young Avengers defeat Kang. And he was like, and the joke was it was like the weakest Kang, because the Young Avengers were like struggling against him, and then they beat him, and they got all excited. And the joke would be that they find out that he's a brand new Kang to the Council of Kangs, and was like its first mission, and he
Oh
lost.
yeah, and he
So
got
like,
beat.
and so, but it also like derails the Young Avengers too because they got excited thinking they
Yeah,
stopped Kang the
yeah.
Conqueror, and they realized he is Kang, but he's not
The
Kang.
Kang. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That would
Um,
have been cool. That would have been cool.
and the funny thing is they were then asking him, it's like, oh, well, who were the Young Avengers? He goes, I'm allowed to tell you that story. I'm not allowed to tell you who it was a part of. And I was just like, because
Yeah.
I imagine too that they probably still exist, meaning like the team.
Yeah.
It's just
I
going
mean,
to be
they
a
were
matter
setting it
of,
up
oh, no, 100%. But I mean, like, it's sounding like they're not going to be as, how do I want to phrase this?
as important of a
Advertised.
role. Yeah.
I was going to say as advertised, I'll say.
Oh, okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
they might be the surprise. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But anyway, let us move on to Trouble in. Is it called Trouble in Tokyo?
Trouble in Tokyo. Yep.
Ah, Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo. Um, I I do like this movie. I also didn't realize that this was after the series. Um, I don't know why. It doesn't change anything honestly, but I just was surprised. My favorite thing though is we're gonna go into the broadness of it, but there's a particular scene that is in this movie that is the one that I remember the most out of anything, and it's because it's always used when it says, "Can who are you picking to fight in the Teen Titans, and why is it not Robin?" And this particular scene is when he jumps off the building and slams his knees into what is that character's name?
Oh man, it's been a while now, so I'm blanking on.
No, I
I
know,
don't
but
remember.
because obviously Brushogun is the
Is
villain,
the big guy?
but
Yeah.
yeah, but he had a name and I can't think of it now, so it doesn't matter. Um, but oh, I just remember him like slamming his knees into the guy, and I'm like, anybody else would be dead. Like he's you know what I mean? Like he's just killed the guy.
Yeah. Absolutely. Oh,
Um,
Psychotech.
Psychotech, thank you. So anyway, so Psychotech, so the movie starts with um, Psychotech, which is, I believe he's pink and blue in this, right? In
When
the
he
first
first
encounter.
when they first encounter him, he's pink and blue. Yep.
But I want to also make it clear too that the line is divided right in the middle.
Half and half.
It doesn't really change a lot, but it visually it helps you out. So he starts destroying the Teen Titans tower. Actually, no. They start trying to fight him. He then goes to the tower, blows it up, and everything else. And then they capture him and they try to interrogate him. But what he does is, apparently, he's afraid and doesn't want anybody to know what's going on. So he hits the sprinkler system, and then it is thought that he disappears. We obviously find out later what actually happened to him. But so they then decide to go to Tokyo to find out. excuse me, to find out who Brushogun is, because the only name they got was Brushogun.
Yep.
So they go to Tokyo. They find. Well, actually, in that segue of them going to Tokyo, we also got a cameo of Aqualad.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't
So
remember.
remember when they're on the map and they're driving?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, in the middle of the map, Aqualad pops up and he waves to them.
Oh,
He's
I might have looked away at that point. Yeah. No, I didn't see
well,
that.
to be fair, it literally was the fast cameo. It was the only time he was the
Yep.
only other person. Yeah, he's the only other like character that was part of the series that showed up in this.
Yeah.
So they go to Tokyo. They try to stop Psychotech because they find him. And they get demolished by Tokyo's
Well,
architecture.
well, first was this first?
Was it first? I thought it was. I thought it was Psychotech first, and then it was the green dinosaur.
It might have been that way. No, 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 no. So it was the
No, you're
green
right.
dinosaur
It was the
first,
dinosaur first, and then
because
Psychotech
then
second.
once
Because
Psychotech shows up,
Robin ends him.
Robin kills Psychotech,
Yeah, covered in pink
and
blood.
yep, and then that's when the cops arrested him, and because this was the cops and Psycho and the Teen Titans were still kind of friendly.
Yeah, you're right. The dinosaur was the one where they're getting their butts kicked, and then the police team comes in and takes it out.
Hmm.
And then they invite him to their place. They show him the works and what they're doing and everything else. And that Brusho gun doesn't exist. Nobody by that name exists. Like they want to make that very clear. Like nobody
Yes,
by
it's
that
or
name
it's a
exists.
legend.
Yeah, it's I forgot what the phrasing was. I think he called it like a like folklore or like a it was either way it was like it was fake is what he was trying to get at. Um
Yep.
and so anyway, so they then find Psychotech, they start trying to get to him. Robin gets attacked by Psychotech. He then goes full on ham and beats him to what is assumed to be death.
Yes.
I'm also curious. I mean, I'm assuming it's because it's a kids movie, but like they could have done red. The pink threw me off.
I mean, I think it's because, like you said, they're not supposed to be uh, killing anybody in this
Well, I
series.
mean, no,
So
but like realistically, even if it was red, it's not like you find out later he didn't actually kill them. You know what I'm
yes,
saying?
yes.
But I
But
guess the point
even
is,
still, in all honesty, I remember one of the big things about movies and games is that you cannot, if you want to protect your ratings, you can't show blood. So like they would change the color of blood so that way they could get away with it. They can't show
that is
red.
true. No, you're right. You're right. Because what they'll do is they'll show like a burnt mark, what looks like a burnt mark instead of like a scar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, I get your
Like
point.
I know like a lot of games that were video games, they used to be should have been like rated M, but because they changed the color of blood from red to like blue or purple, then they could knock it down to teen because it wasn't violent because it wasn't actually blood.
Yeah. No, that makes more sense. No, that does
So
make a lot more sense.
yeah,
So we also something I missed too was the fact that Starfire and Robin were getting close, and Robin ruined it by saying, "We're heroes first. We got to do this right."
focusing on the mission. Yep.
How Batman of him.
Oh, this was very Batman of him. He was very like this whole movie was him like fighting that Batman urge, I guess.
And then he just turned into, well, I was going to say turned into a Dick Grayson. Um, yeah, I hated it too, but I had to say it because if I heard it in my head, you need to hear it.
It
So
made it
yes,
worse because you stopped to think about it, second guessed yourself, and then proceeded.
it's like I shouldn't say that, and then I went, "You got to hear how stupid this was." Oh.
It would have been, I would have been more okay with it if you just said it, and then I would have glared at you. But then the fact that you had to double think about it.
Yeah, and it still didn't come out better. So no, that whole thing. So the whole idea was that they were breaking up and everything else. Or well, again, it's Teen Titans. They're not actually breaking up, but she definitely took it as an insult, understandably so.
Yep.
Beast Boy was being berated by a bunch of women after doing karaoke, which his version of Teen Titans Go was hilarious. I loved it. Cyborg was
Oh, yeah.
kicked out of an all-you-can-eat buffet, and Raven was in a bookstore finding out about Brushogun.
Yes. And so that's where they find out that he wasn't just a folklore. Or no, no, no.
We
She
don't
got
know
it.
further.
Yeah, we don't know if. Well, she left with books. That's all we do.
Yeah, the idea is there was more history about him that was known that
Fair.
we were learning, but we never got it yet at that point.
Hmm.
And then all of a sudden, the Teen Titans find out that Robin was arrested for the murder of Psychotech, and
And
that
they
all
are
Teen
in utter
Titans.
shock.
Well, yeah, and then all Teen Titans were considered enemies of the town, or whatever you want to call it, the city.
Yes.
And then they get attacked by. Do they get attacked yet? No, they're being followed. They're being
Well,
followed.
it depends on when you're talking about because they were being followed in all those locations, and as they were leaving, that's when they got attacked. Beast
That's
Boy was
right.
attacked.
No, yes, when they found out Robin and they were going to meet up together, that's when they were attacked. Correct.
Yep.
Because Raven gets attacked by the black
Ghost,
like
the
ghost creature.
yep,
Beast Boy was attacked by the pink cat, and Cyborg was attacked by the yellow robot,
correct. And Starfire was attacked by
a blue
uh,
little guy. It was like a blue Mega Man
was
looking
it?
guy.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, he looked like a combination of Astro Boy and Mega Man combined, with a
Okay.
little bit of Mas and Minos. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of that height going on. No, I hated that too.
That was unnecessary because both of those original characters are short anyway. So now you're just like,
So,
don't you
I,
blink your eyes at me.
you're not wrong. So they Robin gets a note from Brushogun, which then gets him to escape, and then the Teen Titans come back together to try to figure out what they're going to do, and then they figure out that they have to go to the comic book place because that's where they're assuming Brushogun is.
Mhm.
However, there is a scene, and off the top of my head, I can't remember it right this very second, but there is a scene that foreshadows the chief of police as the real bad guy. So there's a scene where he's in and he like turns and his face gets dark.
Oh, okay.
Granted, I think I only noticed it because I've already seen the movie before. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like they revealed it and I don't remember it. Meaning
Yeah.
they obviously didn't say it. They didn't. But the
Yeah.
idea was, and then I think it's literally like I think it's like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later at the most, is when they break into the thing, they find Brushogun attached to the machine, and then they find out that the head of the security is or head of the police is the guy controlling it. So apparently, Brushogun is a bad guy. He was a bad guy. He was able to use his abilities to create creatures that could fight for him. However, he was then captured, although never explained 100% how, but he was captured and he's been used ever since. And because of that, the task force is looking good because, well, they're stopping all the villains, even though the villains were created by the police force.
Mhm.
Now, I say it that way because realistically, it was only one person in the police force. However,
I was
I
going to
just,
say the
I'm,
police force is all just created anyways from Brushogun.
which
So
is a whole nother thing that threw me off too,
I
where I
forgot
was
about
like,
that.
that part, that part, I was like, I don't remember when I first
Yeah.
watched it, that the police force was also Russia.
Yeah. Like I said at the beginning, is like as I'm watching this movie, I'm remembering everything.
Yeah,
So like at the beginning of the movie when I started it, I was like, I remember the police chief not being as good as he. I think he was the main bad guy, and I
yeah,
don't remember the police force being the police
real.
force. And then as you know, obviously when we got to the end, I was like, okay, I was right. Which is why I'm like, I must have seen this movie. I just don't remember ever watching it, whether it was YouTube clips or whatever. But yeah, no, it was and then Brushogun and the chief of police fusing into one and fighting the giant tar ink monster.
Ink. It was
Yeah,
technically ink.
it just looked very tarish. um and
Yeah.
that's when all of the creations got fused together where the colors were all mix and
Yes, the
match.
colors were all over the place. Yes. But the other thing too is the second time Psychotech comes out, he's only one color.
uh I don't remember that, so
So he was
okay.
only pink when Robin defeated him or killed him.
Oh, okay, yes, okay, yep, there was no blue. Yep.
And obviously the reason for that was because they wanted Robin to look like a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, so then they basically have to fight, and then Robin does Robin stuff and pulls Brushogun out of the ink pile or ink hill, and that's when everything falls apart. And then it rains, and then we see the chief of police. Everything else disintegrates because it's ink, and then we see him just laying in the ink.
Mm-hmm. And we see then the mayor shows up and is all and praises Teen Titans, and Teen Titans are now the heroes. and
Of
if
Tokyo.
and if I remember, I think Starfire and Robin kiss and the team is all
Mm,
like, Oh, gushing! Finally, this took them long enough.
Yeah, it took you forever.
Yep.
Um, so yeah, and that's how it ends. And I thought so. Here's the thing: I thought it was great. It was a great little movie to kind of watch and everything else.
Yeah.
Um,
It was
what
a good.
I'm
It was a good end to the Teen Titans series.
correct, and Mike doesn't know this, but I'm going to tell him. I'm going to say it to all of you, including him, at the same time. So this will be the last thing that we watch for 2025. What we're going to be doing next week is we're going to be doing our wrap-up video, which is talking about all the things that came out this year and ranking them. So we'll be doing our final video of the year as the wrap-up video instead of making it an extra one. So we'll be doing that. But also, I don't know if Mike knows this or not. Maybe he does. It's my character spotlight.
I didn't remember. So while we were talking, I looked up our last video to make sure. I was like, I think it's yours because it's been a couple of weeks now. So I'm like, I'm not positive.
No,
So
So tell me whenever you're ready, sir.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Actually, is there anything else you wanted to talk about the Teen Titans before? That's why I was asking. It wasn't so much that I cared about that. Okay,
No.
Mike. So
Go right ahead.
let me just think about this. What is considered, well, actually, right now, based on the animated universe, what is the most evil version of Spider-Man? Variant.
The animated universe?
Yeah, the non-real.
So like the Spider-Verse?
You tell me. What? So if you're thinking that, who are you thinking of? We'll start there. Instead of that, we'll try to figure it out that way if you're close or not. If you're thinking of the Spider-Verse, right? Who is like the main evil version of Spider-Man?
I mean, I don't necessarily consider him evil, but like the bad version would be Spider-Man. Was he 2099? Because he
That
was...
would be correct.
Okay.
Okay. And so that universe is obviously from 2099. And just so you know, there are other variants of our heroes and villains in that universe as well. I think I've talked about Black Widow, if not, definitely on my own channel. However, the one we're going to be talking about is none other than Deadpool.
Ooh.
2099.
Okay.
So, shocker, it's not Wade Wilson. And just so you know,
Can't necessarily say that. Can't necessarily say that.
I can 100% say that because you'll find out in a minute.
No. I like what I mean is because technically with his powers, because does he age? Does Wade Wilson age?
So
I'm sorry, I'm derailing you.
No. You're not derailing me because the reason why I'm not saying anything is not because you're derailing me. It's because it's part of the damn story. Now shut up.
All right, go ahead.
So anyway, 2099. There's a lot of characters that we are probably going to be discussing in general, but I thought this was interesting because this variant of Deadpool also was in Deadpool and Wolverine. It just was part of the cameo. It was not.
Yeah.
But just so you understand that. So the character's name is. Oh my god.
Oh god.
Warda. I think it's pronounced. No, Warda. Yeah, Warda Wilson. So she is the daughter of Wade Wilson. Okay? So she's the daughter of Wade Wilson and Shikla, the queen of the underworld.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Her parents had split before she was born, and Shikla hid the existence of Warda from her father, aka Wade Wilson. After Shikla disappeared under unknown circumstances, Warda attacked her father and Emily Preston, revealing herself to them and demanding to know where her mother was. Now, for those who don't know, is obviously her father, Wade Wilson. He's not Deadpool in this universe. He was Deadpool at one point, but he gave it up.
Oh, okay.
Emily Preston is the other daughter of Wade Wilson.
Okay.
The more human one. The non-demonic one. Let's go there. Revealing herself to them, demanding to know where her mother was. Having received no answer, Warda kidnapped Wade and put him in shackles, torturing her father by forcing him to endlessly watch C-SPAN on repeat.
that's bad torture. You know what? I give it to them.
So I also want to make this clear too. She does like horrible things to him and nothing happens. She puts on C-SPAN and he cracks like you would not believe. I mean, she obliterate, like she rips him apart, and he heals back, and he doesn't say a word. The moment she puts on C-SPAN, I think it takes like 10 minutes. And I'm being generous, and he's like, "I'll do whatever you want."
That's actually great.
Wade claimed to have
when did this come out?
Actually, that's a very good question. I actually don't know. Hold on, I'll tell you in 2 seconds.
All right.
Around 2016.
Okay, makes sense. Current events.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, also remember too, it would also be future tense too because it's of 2099. But yes, so Wade claimed to have no memory of where Shikla was, and Warda took his identity for herself, becoming Deadpool with a legion of Bobs as her underlings. So
Legion
I know you don't
Bobs.
get this. Yeah, so Deadpool has this guy that follows around with him called Hydra Bob at this time.
Okay.
And he's basically his henchman. So she has all her henchmen, and she just calls them all Bobs.
Okay.
Because
The reason the reason why it caught my attention was because I had listened to no. I had listened to an audiobook, and the universe was We Are Legion, We Are Bob, and it's about the main character, his name is Bob, and he becomes like a billionaire. And in his head, he's like, I want to live forever, so he invests all his money into a basically froze his head. Like if he ever dies, they cut off his head, put it in a freezer, and years down the road he'd get unfrozen, whatever. He dies, he gets hit by a car literally as he signs the paperwork. Then religion ends up taking over the universe, and they deem that unreligious, uncatholic, or however. And so instead of reviving him as a human, they put his brain in an android, and he becomes a living AI. And as the universe continues, he literally becomes a legion of AI Bobs, and every single one is just a Bob variant. So when you said Legion of Bobs, that's where my brain went. It's a hilarious book.
Good to know. I don't even know what to say to that. I get why it's related. I get it. Don't get me wrong. It's just funny to me that that's where your brain went.
You
no,
said
it's not
Legion of Bobs.
It's not the weirdest thing that's happened. I will agree, but I'm just saying I was caught off guard.
I know it's probably more weird that I listened to a book.
That wasn't Marvel, DC, or Star Wars. Yes. So in 2099 AD, Wade's other daughter, Ellie Preston, resurfaced and went after Warda by attacking her operations with Rose, stealing the hollow drive of her mother from Wade's old storeroom, and finally breaking her father out of his decade-long imprisonment. Ellie then attacked Warda personally, intending to avenge her father in his name. However, Warda gained the upper hand by threatening to unleash one of her mother's monsters at Madison Star Garden. Ellie was forced to follow Warda's instructions and asked Wade to procure Shikla for her. However, unwilling to once again risk her escaping, Wade decided to enlist the help of Iron Fists instead. There's more than one, that's why it's called Iron Fists. The Iron Fists attacked Warda and the Bobs, and with her demands were not met, Warda followed up on her threat and released the monstrous creature. She then proceeded to kill Ellie with a liquid napalm and demanded to finish Wade as well, seeing how he would never give up her mother. However, Wade revealed that Ellie was a mutant with the power of regeneration, and for the first time disclosed to Warda the reason why her mother had remained sealed away. To quell Warda's violent impulses, Wade then uploaded Emily Preston's digital consciousness into Warda's mind in order to help keep her in check. After a brief shock, Warda took this surprisingly well and was later seen fully reconciled with her new family. That's the story of Deadpool 2099. The other thing I want to mention too is, so shockingly, she has a healing factor like her father, and she can heal from all wounds. She's an expert in weapons usage in all types of the word, right? She has the Deadpool suit, which uses highly advanced technology, where she literally think of like the nanobite mask, where it like kind of like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then her transportation is obviously, Mike, a mechanical dragon, obviously. So she uses, I kid you not.
I was expecting you to say like obviously like a motorbike or something, and so
Yeah.
I thought you.
I wanted you to not be prepared for this. That was my point. Because out of all of this, she rides a dragon, a flying robotic machine, as her primary means of transportation, and she also has a jetpack. So the reason why you've seen her before is she's the one who looks futuristic in Deadpool Wolverine, and she also has the laser swords.
It's been a little while since I've seen the movie, so I don't remember all of the Deadpools that we saw. So I try to look her up or something.
Well, I'm going to show you a picture of her.
Oh, okay, all right.
So obviously it was more live action version of what it looked like, blah, blah, blah. But it looked pretty. I was going to say, wow, I was kind of impressed. So anyway, so I just wanted to talk about her because, I don't know, it's really hard to figure out what else I wanted to talk about from Marvel at this point. Just because at the time, aka last week, there wasn't really anything coming out. And I was like, I don't know who I should be talking about.
That's the issue right now, is that because we're on such a break, it's like I don't know,
yeah, like I want to talk about relevant stuff, but at the same time, it's like I don't know what's coming up, and I've already talked about Wonder Man a lot, and that's the only thing that's like 100%. But who knows? Maybe next time we'll be talking about something else. But for next week, where there's not going to be a character spotlight, we're going to be going over our ranking of the entirety of what we've discussed in 2025, all the new stuff. And we'll be going through all that together. And then
actually next week.
Yeah.
Is next week the end of the... Yeah, it's the last weekend of the month. Wow.
Yep. I was not lying to you.
Crazy stuff.
And I have to say, Mike, all things considered, us only missing 1 week is a shock to me. So I'm very happy about that.
You're welcome.
I honestly thought that the 2 weeks ago was the last one of the year. So I'm glad I'm wrong. But that being said, Mike and I will be discussing what we need to rank and everything else, and then we'll just be making sure that we do it. And then we'll come together next week and talk about it. And then tell us what we're excited about for the new year, for each other and for this channel. Because I feel like we're going to be doing a lot of challenges, getting a lot of stuff done. And I mean, we're definitely going to be done with the cage lock by then. For sure.
Oh, well, yeah, that's an issue. We'll be moving on to other stuff in terms of, other games and
true. I think we're going to stick with Pokemon for a little bit, and like I said, until I finish that room.
I mean, I know that I am so glad that you upgraded your microphone. So that's step one. The next thing, as obviously that you've said, we can't do different games because your laptop can't handle more powerful games. You need a full blown PC before we start branching off into other stuff. So I understand that.
What you'll see is that will be step 3, because step 2 is that I will be in the room that I record in forever.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's next step. But we'll see how long it takes me to get there. But at the very least, we do have a mic, and Mike is very happy.
We'll see how the recording goes. We'll when we play it back.
That's also true. But I think it'll be fun. That being said, if you made it this far into the video, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. And other than that, it's going to be Scott and Mike signing out of the Black Eel Podcast. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.